Hello everyone, LRon here with part 44 of my Minecraft 123. So we're gonna finish up on this defining the boundaries of this, and I decide I want to do some defining on this side. Probably make the two ends meet by going part of the way one way and then part of the way the other way. I don't tend to have a good gauge at eyeballing these kinds of things, so getting things into the rough ballpark to make things easier tends to help me. And that sun's coming down pretty fast, so we've got to hurry up here. Not sure if I actually do finish or if I punt and just go over to that bed and then finish it in the morning. Let's see if I turn right. Oh, no, I turned left, but I'm still going this way. Interesting. Alright. So gotta wait a little longer. Okay, let's try now. Alright. It's kind of funny how a mere couple seconds makes that kind of a world of a difference, but it is what it is. So now I'm hoping that we've gone far enough on that other end, so I'm going to make myself a little bridge so I don't have to go all the way around. We're going to need that cobblestone there anyways, so not really anything wasted there. Alright, so we're going to continue hanging around and placing cobblestone while we're at it. And then the grand hope is off to our right we will see the cobblestone we've previously placed, and yes we do. Actually, I was pretty darn close. How about that? Alright. So, I think I try doing various things, and I think what ends up being the most efficient in the end, at least for the parts where you do have a drop, is actually to just continue doing what we were originally doing with the whole sneaking backwards while placing. But while we've got, ground below us, it's probably easier to do it kind of like this, where we go, 2 blocks at a time, then move, then 2 blocks at a time. But we don't get that luxury for, half of this. So it looks like about half of this is on solid ground and half of it is overhanging. And I'm frankly surprised that I did not end up falling off at any point. Like, I've only done like little 1 square fall-offs, but I guess this hill is mainly those onesie twosie drops. At some point it does become super steep and it's probably 20 blocks, but we're never at that point. Like I know to stop before getting there. And looks like I'm a little hungry, so I'm going to eat a bit. And then after we place a few more blocks, doing it like this seems to be slower than doing the sneak gambit. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't, but eventually I do punt on this and start going the sneak way. We have not quite reached that point yet. Alright, let's speed this up. Okay. And then, of course, the other problem is we'll sometimes end up missing and putting cobblestone up 1 block too high and that kind of stuff, and that's not great because we don't want them there. And so we have to break them down or ignore them for a while and then break them down later. And sadly, 3 seems to be too much at a time, so we can't do that 2 thing with the 3s. I mean, it technically works, but there's a lot more timing involved, and it seems like it's easier to plop one of those too high ones in the process. So now we have run out of cobblestone on our person, so I'm going to start working on the staircase, but oh, guess we'll need solid blocks below, so I'll need to do kind of like a zigzag thing. And I'm out of cobblestone, so that's not happening now. So I'm going to need to go back to town and get some more cobblestone. But first, I decide we need some more of this glowstone. So I'm going to come back over here and finish where I started here. And this time I'll take a more standard approach and actually extend this out. Make sure that nothing falls and actually get 100% yield instead of letting some of the stuff fall into the lava like an idiot. So, yep. Just gotta place a bunch of dirt. And once we've made it so that its only options are to fall into dirt or fall onto that brimstone that we've already placed previously, we can then just mine this stuff out and be back home in time for cornflakes. Alright, so let's get to the mining. This stuff ends up being pretty important for us in this cohort. I kind of go nuts and illuminates the farm, which basically makes it so that both during day and during night our wheat will be growing. And so basically that means we'll get to harvest wheat twice as often if we so pleased. Of course, harvesting wheat's pretty boring, so I'm probably not going to harvest it as often as it's ready. But, you know, it's a nice thing to have. Especially given the fact that I'm also developing in this cohort ambitions to realize those goals of having a more elaborate sheep farm. You know, one with all the pre-dyed sheep separated into sections to make it so that we can easily get all the various color materials that we can possibly want to make grand structures way out in the future. And this will be a massive undertaking. I'm certainly not finished by the end of this cohort, but I've at least laid a framework and have subsequently given the whole system a bunch of thought, which has basically given me my cohort 4 plan and the foundation for the infrastructure that I'll need to get that particular project done. And so that will be exciting once we get to that. Basically, I will end up using glowstone to make it so that grass grows underground, which will make it so that we can have subterranean sheep farms. And that will be very exciting. Because basically this stuff glows so bright that it makes it so that, you know, farming and whatnot is possible at night without having to sacrifice efficiency. The problem with torches is then you'll have like certain blocks at certain... You need blocks to support it, so either, you know, only the stuff on the edges are going to grow properly, or you're going to have, you know, hanging blocks that will end up blocking real sunlight and that kind of stuff. So the beauty of the glowstone is you just need to have placed the right structural support to have the right to place it somewhere. Then you can cut out all that support and it'll just free fly in the middle of nowhere, which is very helpful, because then we get to produce all the light we need without being obstructive to the neighboring blocks. That's it for this video. I will see you next video.